Hello, welcome back to another video, and welcome to Yamato-Saidaiji Station. This is a station on the Kintetsu Railway, which is a private railway in the Kansai area. The station is situated in Nara City, and it's a great place for watching trains. The reason is that the railways in this area are basically in the shape of an X, with the station at the very centre of the X. In other words, at one side of the station there are lines coming from two directions, from Osaka and from Kyoto. And then at the other side of the station there are lines heading off in two directions, to Kashihara and to Nara. This means that there are 4 routes that serve the station, or, if you count the trains in the opposite direction, 8 routes. Add to that the fact that there are various different types of service on each route: expresses, semi-expresses and local trains. And on top of that, there are also trains from other private railway companies which use the Kintetsu lines. So it's easy to see that it is a busy station and also quite an interesting station. But there's also another reason why Yamato-Saidaiji is a good place to spend an hour or two. Let's go upstairs from the platform and I will show you what I mean. Let me just make it clear at this point that what I'm going to show you is actually inside the station. In other words, you don't need to go outside of the ticket barriers. So, this is it. Above the platforms, but still within the station, there are a few shops and restaurants, and one of them is a craft beer restaurant. And it's really quite fun. When you buy a beer, you get a receipt with a QR code on it, and you scan that on the machine to the left of the beer dispenser. I'm sorry about the shakiness of this video. I hadn't actually had anything to drink at this point. I will just say that. Anyway, the machine checks the code and pours the beer, all automatically. The only thing you need to do is put the glass under the spout. Just like this. By the way, the beer that I've just chosen and I'm having poured right now is called Tropical Pink. It's not really pink, but I think the taste is quite a tropical taste and it looks really nice. But there's still one other reason, one extra reason, why this is a good place for both beer and trains. Just by the restaurant, there is a viewing area where you can look out over the station and over the trains coming and going. It's a wonderful place, and speaking of wonderful, the Tropical Pink beer was very, very good indeed. I might be having a second one yet. I think that, strictly speaking, the viewing platform is only open to people who've bought food or drink at one of the restaurants. However, if I'm being honest, I don't think that there would be anything to stop you from going out on the balcony without having made any purchases. Not, of course, that I am suggesting that you should do this. Apart from anything else, the food looked really good, and I can attest that the beer was completely excellent. Once again, strictly speaking, you're not supposed to take food or drink out onto the viewing platform, but I have to say that I took my beer outside before I noticed the sign saying you couldn't do that, and to be honest, nobody seemed to mind really. And let's face it, beer and trains, what a spectacular combination. By the way, at this end of the station are the lines towards Osaka, which is straight on, and Kyoto, which is to the right. The frequency of services is quite awe-inspiring really. There doesn't seem to be a minute when there's not some sort of service coming or going. Even without alcohol, if you like trains, you're not going to be bored here at Yamato-Saidaiji. I will say that for absolutely certain. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy another beer right now. Unfortunately, you can't join me for that, but you're more than welcome to join me here on the viewing platform to look at the trains for a while. Alright, I have to say, I could stay here all day drinking beer and watching trains. It's basically heaven. But, unfortunately, I need to get all the way back to Hiroshima tonight. So, before I head back towards Kyoto to get my train all the way back to Saijo, I'm going to spend a little bit of time on the other side of the station without the viewing platform. From here, the lines straight on, where this train has just come from, go towards Nara, whereas the lines to the right curve off towards Kashihara. This train, in fact, is just coming from the Kashihara direction. Anyway, beers notwithstanding, I think my hands are still just about steady enough to take some more photographs and videos, which is what I'm going to do now. So, please, do join me for a while. Actually, just before I shut up, I will just say that I really like the livery of this train. It shows the 4 seasons in Nara, and really it's quite beautiful. Okay, train watching time for a while, I think.
宮行き快速急行が8両編成で参ります。大崎です。
A rapid express bound for Kobe Sannomiya is arriving at track 3.
还是购买特快车票。
A local train bound for Yamato is arriving at track 3.
A suburban semi-express bound for Osaka Namba is arriving at track 4.
By the way, this is the Aoniyoshi train. It's a special sightseeing service which links Osaka, Kyoto and Nara, and inside it looks quite sumptuous. It's certainly something I'd like to try when I next get the chance to come back to the Kansai area. Alright, I need to be catching a train relatively soon, so I think I'd better start to wrap things up here. If you ever do find yourself in the Kyoto, Osaka, Nara area, and you do enjoy trains, especially private railways as opposed to the JR national network, then Yamato-Saidaiji is certainly a good place to visit. There are many services, the frequency is just incredible, and there's a huge range of rolling stock too. So if you want to see something a little bit unusual, or maybe something you can only really see in the Kansai area, this is a great place to visit. The fact that there is actually a railway viewing platform on the station itself just shows, I think, how much the management at Kintetsu Railway realise what a great railway resource they have here. Added to that the fact that you can enjoy some good food or a beer, especially a beer, let's be fair, while you're watching the trains is just really icing on the cake. Or froth on the lager, maybe I should say. And on that note, I really should bring this video to a close, I think. Otherwise, I'm not going to catch my train all the way back to Hiroshima. Thank you as ever for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have you ever been to Yamato-Saidaiji? If you have, please let me know what you thought, and if you've ever tried the beer, please let me know what you thought about that too. I'd be more than interested to know what you enjoyed. I say this because I am fairly sure that I will be back here pretty soon, if not for the trains, for the beer. There looked to be a really good range, and I only wished I could have tried more this time. There's also the Aoniyoshi train to try as well, of course. Anyway, thanks again, and I hope to see you in the next video very soon. But for now, goodbye.